Hello, you're watching FTMKingdom with Theo. It is Christmas Day. Well, when you're watching it, I'm filming it on 1:30 in the morning on Christmas Eve, but no need to be pedantic about it. So Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whatever holiday you celebrate, if you celebrate said holidays. Um, I've had a haircut, which yeah. I technically didn't actually want it like this. I was just gonna have it shorter, but like I can't afford to actually have proper haircuts, so I normally just do it myself. But the back of it was all like choppy, and it was kind of looking like a mullet. So I asked my mum to do it, which was a really fucking bad idea, and it ended up kind of like backwards Spock, if you can imagine that, like a backwards bowl cut. So the only way I could salvage it was to sort of just shave the back and the sides. I did actually have this haircut about 4 years ago, up until about a year ago. So I didn't really want it again because I had it for a really long time, but it was the only way to sort of live. Yeah, I'm okay with it. It's alright. I just worry it makes my face look a bit. Yeah. So since it's Christmas week, we are going to be talking about Christmas and religion and everything. Christmas has really been quite quiet for me and my mum recently. We just like base it around, as long as it's not a catastrophically bad day, we say it's a good one. But we haven't really done much. So like in the past few years, it hasn't been great. But this year is hopefully like going to be a bit better and everything. Um, I suppose the main things, like the main aspects that always stay the same, because though we don't really have like a big Christmas traditions anymore, like it's always been, ever since I was little, it's like I do the tree, and in the past couple of years I cook and everything, and my mum says it's because I'm gay and I have the knack, I guess. But I don't mind doing it because it makes me feel like I'm productive and like I'm part of it rather than just lazing around, which is fair enough if you do, but I like to be like involved in it. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of my Christmas tree decoration skills. I think yeah, so that is the Christmas tree. It's in front of the telly because we don't have a lot of other space for it, and the plugs in this house are fucking everywhere. So yeah, it looks a lot better with the lights on. I should have put the lights on. Um, yeah, so I've always done it like put the baubles on and the fairy lights and shit. And to be honest, this year we've made loads of our decorations because they're fucking expensive, man. But like I made the star on top. I just cut it out from cardboard and covered it in silver wrapping paper, and it's like nicer. It makes it more like yeah, gay. um, yeah, and like I made a thing for the door, like out of tinsel and shit. So it's pretty cool. And I think we're just in a better mood this year, so that's nice. I think the big thing that I like about Christmas is being able to get stuff for the people who matter. I can't get everybody anything, but like the really important people who I really wanted to get something, I managed to do it this year, and it's just so cool to know that like they've got it and it's theirs and it was from you. Yeah, I just like that. Um, I'm not too bothered if I don't really get anything. I don't really get a lot really because I don't have like a bunch of people in my life these days. But when people like do get me stuff, it's like, oh my god, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to like spend your money on me and shit like that. Um, yeah, so that's kind of the tradition. That's all we do is I quite like doing the dinner thing because I don't know, I just cook every day for my mum, so I just feel like I'm doing something for her. Um, I don't know whether I'm actually a better cook than her, but I who knows. But I think this year is going to be a bit bigger because like my brother's coming over from Canada just after Christmas, and we're spending like a week with him, and so for New Year's we're going up to my aunt's, I think. So it's gonna be like family and shit, which is intense because like these past couple of years it's just been sort of me and my mum maybe watching like the Jurassic Park trilogy and eating chocolate. So but I was happy with it like that. I mean, there's less to go wrong. I mean, when I was a kid, it was always like a big thing. Like you decorate every fucking inch of the house, and you got like fuckloads of presents, even if we couldn't afford them. And like you know, there was like this big expectation that it had to be the best day in the world, and it never really turned out like that. So I think it's nicer to not have any expectations and just have it quiet. Um, I would like to have the whole thing when I'm older, like if I have kids and stuff, just to like, you know, dote on them and just make it really magical and shit, because it is sweet. Um, but you know, Christmas kind of got ruined for me when I was like 4, because I had my brother is way older than me. He's like 12 years older, so he was already a teenager and all surly and ugh, and I was like this little kid and stuff. And he, I think it was, yeah, I think it was him. I was watching Barney the Dinosaur, having a fucking time of my life, like the week before Christmas, and my mum told him to put presents in my stocking, but he did it in front of me, and I was like, well, what are you doing? You know, isn't that Santa's job? And he was like, Santa isn't actually real, you know. And I was like, thanks for ruining my life, man. So, but it never really made sense to me anyway, because I remember I lived in like this little terrace house, and I said, well, everybody says that Santa comes down the chimney, and we don't have a chimney. And my dad said, oh, well, he's got a key to the back door. And I was like, well, what the fuck? You don't go giving around your keys to like fucking old guys who, no, that's not right. So yeah, I was never like, I don't think I ever really got into the like, oh my god, it absolutely has to happen, because I was a skeptical little shit. Um, yeah, so Christmas is like, I'm happy for it, but it's not. I try not to make it like huge or anything like that. As for religion, I'm not really that religious. I would say I'm leaning towards atheism, but I do have a few like values that I take from religion, I guess. But I don't have the whole belief in God and heaven and everything like that, because, well, to be honest, when I was little, like my mum is a Christian, and she like prays every day and everything, but she never like shouts about it. She never goes to church or anything. I didn't actually realize it was that big of a deal to her until recently. But when I remember when I was little, she said, well, I'm a Christian, I believe in this, but you don't have to. And that was, I think that is really important, because I would rather have formed my own beliefs on my own and taken influence from the people around me, but it's not like I have to believe what they believe. Um, and I really, like, I'm grateful that she did that. Um, so I just, like, I'm not saying there's nothing out there, because that would be stupid. I have no proof that there isn't, but I also don't really have proof that there is. So, though I'm not happy to subscribe to one religion, but I'm okay with admitting, yeah, of course there might be something, but I'm not gonna just base my life around something like that, because I believe you can have values and everything and just be a good person without having to think, oh, well, I'm doing it because God said so. You should do it because you just should. And yeah, I suppose some things I take, like I believe in karma and stuff, and reincarnation and like souls, I guess. You know, possibly like when your life ends, maybe moving on to another life or another body or whatever. Um, I have no reason not to believe that. So, and it just, some of the experiences I've had, it just kind of makes sense. Um, but I totally get why some people don't believe in that. Believe in whatever the fuck you want to believe. I don't, as long as you're not trying to make other people, you know, subscribe to it as well. I don't really mind. So, of course, Christmas has never been very religious for me. I've never gone to like mass on Christmas Day, and it's not been a whole about, oh, it was Jesus' day of birth sort of thing. I have had people in the past say, well, if you're not religious and you've not been baptized or christened or anything, then you shouldn't be celebrating Christmas. And it's like, well, who the fuck died and made you king of Christmas, you know? If, like, basically the Western world, that's what they do. You know, everybody celebrates it, whether they, well, most people celebrate it, whether they're Christian or not. I don't see why you should say to somebody, oh, you cannot participate in this day if you don't believe in it. I can kind of see the point if we're like taking their day, but it's like it's not even in the wide world. It's not really a religious thing anymore. Of course, it is for some people, but it's just like marketing, and you know, it's a commercial thing these days. Um, and I'm not gonna take anything away and say, oh well, this didn't actually happen, because I don't have any interest in it. Um, so yeah, I suppose like that was the whole Christmas thing when you're at school and it's all about Jesus and stuff like that. And I was always in the nativity plays and stuff. I mean, I've been like everybody. I was Mary once. I was Joseph once. I've Gabriel like 3 times. You know, been around my nativity scenes. I know what the fuck's going on. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much it for my Christmas and religion-y stuff. I hope you have a really good day and good days following it. Yeah, so happy holidays.